Good evening, Mark Sudduth, HurricaneTrack.com here with your Hurricane and Hurricane HD evening update. I want to look at Hurricane Leslie, Michael out here, and then of course Invest Area 90L in the Gulf of Mexico. Leslie, a big hurricane, going to impact Bermuda, and then somewhere up here in the northwest Atlantic Ocean, either Newfoundland or Nova Scotia or both still have a pretty active intertropical convergence zone. Don't worry too much about what's happening here in the Gulf. More of a nuisance system than anything to be fretting over. More rain, more squalls, but no hurricanes coming out of that. What we do have, though, with Hurricane Leslie, this is what I wanted to talk about briefly. Look at the 84-hour mark. 32 north, 65.4 west, moving basically due north, close as you can get to it, 359 degrees. Where is that on a map? Well, Bermuda sits right here at about 32.3 or so, and 64.8, 64.9. The GFDL, as we input this on the screen, shows in 84 hours 32 north by 65.4 west, so it would have it right there with the center of Leslie. So depending on how big the eye is, Bermuda can easily be inside that eye wall. The ring of convection circulating around the eye, really important now as to which side of the island it goes on, because typically a storm or a hurricane here on the west side of Bermuda would put Bermuda within that right front quadrant area relative to that forward northward motion, and that is really the more active side overall. Not always, but usually that's the case. The GFS, on the other hand, a global model, the GFDL is more of a hurricane-specific dynamic model. This is a global model, has a lot of different parameters and inputs put into it, and is not specific to the hurricane, even though it shows the hurricane. And at the same time frame, the GFS shows Leslie to the south and east of Bermuda, which is right there. So the GFDL is over here, the GFS is to the southeast, so it's a little bit slower. Both of them about equidistant, maybe the GFS a little bit farther away, but it really makes a difference in terms of what effects Bermuda has, whether Leslie goes to the west of the island chain, actually a bunch of islands, or to the east. And then of course what happens up in the Canadian Maritimes and or Newfoundland, we will have to watch that closely as well. So there's a look at things tonight. Each of these model cycles will become more and more important, and especially for me, because I'm flying out there to intercept Leslie. I'll be out there by this time tomorrow night, where I will be providing you with as many video blogs and updates as I can. I also hope you'll stop into the App Store and get Hurricane Track for iPhone and follow along with the live weather data that I fully intend to have populating in the Tower 1 window on our app. I think that would be really fascinating for you to be able to watch live weather data come in from a professional high-end weather station that I'm taking with me, packing it on the plane, obviously checking that baggage in a big hardened case, taking all the stuff over there. I'll reassemble it on the island, and hopefully, if all works well, bring live weather data with a webcam image to our app. So I'm going to be working with Hurricane, Hurricane HD, and of course our own app, Hurricane Track, all one word, to provide you with exceptional coverage of Hurricane Leslie. Again, I'm Mark Sudduth, HurricaneTrack.com, my site. I'll see you from the air, I guess, sort of, another way of saying from the road, tomorrow as I travel to Bermuda.